Oh, guys, the Spanish Grand Prix yesterday, absolutely brilliant. Now, what was the secret to getting a good lap time in qualifying and just winning outright the way Verstappen did yesterday? Now, okay, two things. Funnily enough, sometimes it's actually better to start on the second row in Spain because you actually get a tow, a slipstream going down the main straight, right? Because it allows you, it's got what, 800 meters down into the first corner. I think they said 11 seconds it takes from the start line straight down into turn one. That's a long ass time, guys. Now, Lando Norris, he made a pretty good start. Verstappen, pretty good start. But really, Russell made a brilliant start, probably one of his best of his career, from third to first. Now, the secret to really hanging on to that qualifying pace and the race pace basically came down to the left side of the tires. Now, maybe some of you heard that yesterday. Christian Horner even said it on it. And you know what? Bravo to Christian Horner. Seriously, because you wouldn't get that type of insight a lot of the time from the team owners. But he said that the race will be won whoever looks after the left tires. Now, why is he saying left tires? Basically because, guys, look, if you're going into a right-hand corner, the weight transfers over to the left. If you're going into a left-hand corner, the weight transfers over to the right, okay? And what's happening here is the way the gradient of the track, the smoothness, the camber, the off camber, and just the high speed of it is that there's a lot of tire wear, but it's mainly coming up on the left-hand side. So that's what he was talking about. And you really have got to make sure that they're, in one way, try to lose a little bit of grip, believe it or not. Sounds weird, right? But they'd even probably, depending on the way their car's set up, but a lot of teams, guys, and a lot of race setups in general, you can actually put the tire pressures up on one side of the car versus the other. So in this example, what they maybe some of the teams have done, that they would have had, let's say, tire pressures, they could have had, let's say, 30 pounds of tire pressure in the tires. But because the graining is, they could have maybe 26 on the right hand side, okay, on the front right and the back right, but they could have 30 on the front left and the back left. Now, why would you do that? Because, well, again, depending on the optimal temperature now that the tires work at, but let's say if it was 26, 28, well, then anything above or below that is going to lose you grip or give you too much grip. So you're looking for the optimal setting to make sure that the car goes well. So in other words, I think as well that they were actually trying to lose grip, so they would have upped the pressures on the left, make sure that they just go the distance, so to speak. And that's what Christian Horner was doing yesterday. He said that that was even the key to winning around Spain. And that's for a lot of tracks. A lot of tracks. I mean, even when I was racing in the ovals in America, we had our steering wheel offset. So in other words, imagine your car, guys. You're sitting in your normal road car here, and the steering wheel straight. But actually, when we were sitting in our car, the steering wheel was tilted. Okay, because you're going around left-hand corners, and it's banking, a lot of camber, off camber, and so you need to make sure that your car is set up for those positions. And even when your headrest, your head is actually not perfectly still. It's actually bent down like so, because you've got so much padding on the right because of the G-force, etc. And you've got to learn how to actually relax your head in these scenarios. So again, a lot of the time, like Christian Horner saying, they even could have had an off-camber car a little bit, just that little touch. But we don't know the exact setting. But anyway, guys, that was the secret and the key to winning around. And Red Bull did a great job yesterday. Obviously, Lando Norris was coming in. He was doing quite well now at the end of the race. And he did have the pace, but they just didn't capitalize. And, the win was there for them yesterday. But, dominant performance by Verstappen and Red Bull.